Yeah. Welcome to Spit a Swab Beer Review. I'm
Yes.
Jammer, and our excellent host Shag Dog here is right
Why? Why?
there,
Thank you, Jim. Thank you. Yeah. I'm doing Yeti's chocolate strawberry Yeti Imperial Stout.
and not to let you go unmatched, or you know me with a completely different style. I'm doing Holy Donut Imperial Stout with donuts, strawberries, and chocolate from Lone Pine Brewing Company out of Portland, Maine.
Hmm. Now, this is why I think the craft beer problem is going down. Only 2 reviews on Beer Advocate. One was in April. One was in whenever the hell the other one was, March. Only two
And that was
reviews
for
in
your
Beer.
Yeti?
Yeah. Now, I don't know if people are getting lazy or maybe this is brand new this year. I don't know. I thought this has been out a while though. But Yeti gets a Beer Advocate. Oh, no NA score, but it is a ABV of 9.5 American Imperial Stout, Great Divide Brewing Company, and no notes. There is shit on the can, but I ain't gonna say it's gonna take too long. So read it, look it up yourself. Jammer, what you got on that beer?
Well, Shag Dog, it's Holy Donut brewed with our friends at the Holy Donut and crafted using chocolate covered strawberry donuts baked right here in Portland, strawberries and chocolate added. Unfiltered, unpasteurized, because all good things are wild and free. Craft beers are better fresh. Live yeast may settle.
Awesome.
It's a 9.5 ABV. The Beer Advocate actually doesn't have a review on it at all for this.
Yeah, they have different information too. They got like 9%, I think,
Yeah,
on
this
Beer
is
Advocate.
9.5 on the can. Oh, no, I'm sorry. I'm thinking of the other one. 9%. Yeah, it was right. 9%.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, mine's definitely
Son
dark.
of a.
Can't see through it. And I got a little less than a pinky. Well, about a quarter of a pinky head left lingering there. Your head's pretty big. That's what she said.
Yeah, I still have a bunch of my beer here, too, to go into here. I didn't pour it hard, but I didn't stop it in time, so it kind of overflowed a little bit. It's very dark, and it's got a nice beige to dark beige head. Looks nice and pillowy, like you can just crawl up in there and take a little nap, relaxed, feel weightless. Um,
Mm.
looks really nice. It's almost syrupy in a way. It's so dark. Um, kind of reminds me of Seaward's Folly Imperial Stout, Russian Imperial
Mm.
Stout. I think I might have mentioned that it was looked syrupy when I did the review. I can't remember much from that review, but other than that, it tasted great. I got some chocolate notes. I got some little burnt espresso type coffee, roasted. Man, yeah, freshly roasted coffee, chocolate. It does have a slight strawberry smell, like strawberry ice cream. Almost like the Neapolitan type smell.
Yeah.
Um, that's what I'm getting from mine.
Yeah, that's why I'm getting something similar. It's I don't have any coffee in there, but chocolate sweet, almost like a milk stout sweet,
Yeah,
dark roasted malt, strawberries. I'm not picking up maybe a hint of coffee, but mostly it's just a chocolate strawberry, maybe a little bit of the alcohol sweetness. Yeah.
wow.
Sounds like it's going to be good, or smells like it's going to be good. Mm.
Let's do it.
I'm
Cheers,
ready
my
when
friend.
you are. Cheers. That's good.
Damn. Mine is good, Shag Dog. Mine is darn good. And I am more than pleasantly surprised.
That's pretty good. It tastes stronger than. Well, I shouldn't say stronger than what it says it is. It's 9.5%, but well, I guess it's not that bad. But you can taste a little bit, but it's really good. Strawberry, chocolate.
Well, I can tell you, this right here, it masks the 9%. You can't even tell it's there.
Wow.
It's got a nice sweetness to it. It's not overly sweet, but it's pushing its boundaries with me, you know. You can only go so sweet before it's actually considered like a bad brew, you know, because of the way that you basically the yeast eats the sugar to make the alcohol. So if you have a really sweet beer, sometimes they're naturally sweet that way. Sometimes it's just been a bad brew. It's pushing the boundaries, it's sliding into that category to me. Because once you get to that level of sweetness and it goes over that edge, and I'm like, okay, you just went ahead and sold it because you didn't want to, you know what I mean?
I don't
But
know what edge you're talking about, like a cliff.
yeah, the edge of sweetness, you know, where it goes too sweet.
Oh, okay.
Very smooth, pretty clean palate, a slight bitterness from the coffee, but not overpowering. Right at the tip, follow of your tongue, and then it kind of eases off as it goes over your palate. Chocolate, strawberry, kind of got almost like it's roasted, of course, you know, got the espresso flavor type, but almost got like the Neapolitan smell and almost like a Neapolitan vanilla. Maybe that's the donut itself. You know, if you're making strawberry donuts,
Mm-hmm.
you have that doughy
Right.
flavor of the donut. You know what I'm talking about, Shag Dog? When
Right.
you eat donuts,
Yes. I don't know
uh,
what you would call a donut. A
I mean,
basic donut.
you're ex law enforcement. You should know what donuts taste like.
Yeah, but I don't know what the professional taste of a donut, whether it's a sugar donut or is it a pastry or doughy. I wouldn't
Like
call
a
it doughy.
like a glazed donut without the glazing, maybe strawberry glaze or a
Yeah,
you know.
I'd like to know the exact phrase of what to say a donut is. You know, like it's not doughy, right? It doesn't taste like dough.
But you know, when you buy a
Maybe
donut,
fried
all right,
dough.
let me tell you what the flavor I'm trying to zone in on and explain to you.
Oh, I
You buy
get
a
it.
Krispy Kreme donut, you buy a Dunkin' Donuts donut that is glazed, or you buy a Publix donut or a Winn Dixie donut that is glazed, just a regular plain glazed donut.
Yeah,
You know that flavor of the dough and
yeah,
the
yeah.
sweetness.
The dough nut.
Yeah. You're not tasting the nut.
Taste, taste the dough. Not the nut part.
Yeah. That that dough with the slight sweetness, it comes through
Right. Yeah,
with
donut.
the
I love donuts.
strawberry, the chocolate, and it really it I am blown away by the fact that it is exactly what it says it is,
Yeah,
and it actually turns out good. It's
I'm
very
blown away
rich
by your
and very
description.
fulfilling. Huh?
I'm blown away by your description. I never looked at a donut having dough and nut in it. I guess a cream donut really got some nut in it, huh?
Well, I just wanted to cut you off there before you went down the nut way,
Yeah.
but you went there anyway.
Uh, yeah. This one, I like it, but it doesn't have enough strawberry chocolate, you know? I think
Mhm.
that one Neapolitan beer we did way back, and I did it like by myself. I think might have done it twice together. I did it once by myself. I forget what it was called. That was the best chocolate
Neapolitan.
strawberry. Yeah, that was the best chocolate strawberry beer I ever had. Actually, vanilla.
Yeah, chocolate vanilla strawberry beer. I mean
Yeah, that was good.
that
It
had
tasted
all the
like
flavor.
cream. Yeah, that was great. This one's good. I got the strawberry and chocolate. It's just not enough of it, you know. I mean, it has enough alcohol, 9.5%, but I'd like a little bit more strawberry, a little bit more chocolate. I'm getting too much of the sweetness with the alcohol masking the chocolate and strawberry. So
Yeah, that chocolate is basically the roastiness of the malt bar. You know, what do you call that? The malts, right?
well, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, they
Um,
might use real chocolate. I don't know if they would do that.
roastiness of it. You know, the almost the burnt of
Yeah,
it. You
and there's
know,
probably particular malts they use for that too, right?
yeah. Um, but you get the coffee flavor in there, and I don't mind that because I expect it with a stout that you're going to have that kind of coffee flavor to a degree.
Yeah,
You know, just even if it's minimal, and this is slightly minimal. What as I look at this beer, how I would like it, I would like a little bit more of the coffee chocolate flavor,
mm,
and maybe just to bump up the strawberry just a tinge and drop off the sweetness a little, just a little, not much. But uh, you know what? I'm not going to complain. It's darn
yeah,
good the way it is. Now, what grade would I give this? Pretty darn good to me. And it is an imperial stout with donuts, strawberries, and chocolate. I mean, it says it right on the can. If you're gonna, I always said this, Shag Dog. Have it not? If it's on the can, it better be,
tastes like it. Yeah,
yeah. And man, I'm gonna take another step. I think I'm gonna go with an A minus.
yeah. That's funny because I was going to go to A minus with mine also. Um, yeah, I can't remember what the fuck I was going to say. But I mean, the strawberries do come through really good, actually, surprisingly. Like
I
almost
would
like
like
real
to compare it
strawberries.
with that one. You know that
What's that?
Shag Dog? I like to I'd like to be able to get yours and you get mine and us do an opposite review again.
Yeah, yeah. You should
You
be able to
know,
find this one, but I don't know if I'll find that one. Where's that out of? Holy Donut.
Portland,
Um,
Maine, so you should be able to find it.
you never know. I live in the backwoods.
But you know, the whole thing is uh I was contemplating B plus or an A minus and I just had to push it up to the A minus.
Yeah.
And a good swallow, you know, a full swallow. That's what I would put on there because it's easy to drink. It's masking that alcohol. How much alcohol was the Yeti?
9.5.
9.5. So would you say it masks it well?
Yeah, for 9.5. Yeah, I mean, it tastes like it's a 7 or 8, maybe.
Mhm.
But I mean, you can tell it's there. But the strawberry and chocolate is covering it pretty well. But then the alcohol is kind of taking away. It's vice versa, taking away from the strawberry chocolate a little bit too. So it's kind of like pulling against each other, but pulling away from each other, not against. Because if you're pulling away, if you're pulling against, that something's wrong, I guess.
I'm pulling.
Alcohol's working hard. Thanks, Yeti. But I like it.
You just went into another dimension, people. Shag Dog has slid into that dimension where you pull against.
Against, yes, and you push away. Wait, no, that's actually right.
Push forward.
Push
Push
again.
backwards.
Yeah, push together. Wait,
Push
no,
together,
away.
yeah.
Actually, push works both ways. Push together, push away. Actually, pushes. So pushes goes both ways, but pull. You can only pull one way, right? You can't
So
pull
so what you're
against.
saying is push is by.
Yeah, push goes both ways.
Push is by. So when
Yeah,
they
but
go
pull.
push it real good, they could mean
push it in it or push
Push
against
against it.
Yeah. Push away or push against. Yeah. I don't want
Push
to see
in.
that. Push in, push out. Yeah. Push in. And yeah.
And I guess it depends on who's doing the pushing.
Yeah. Or who's doing the polling.
Exactly. So there's a whole dilemma there.
We just figured it out right there at the end. Push and pull. Somebody's got to push, somebody's got to pull, and somebody can do both.
Yeah.
Two people can do both. You're in a group.
Well, when you're pulling against, like you were saying, pulling against, I could see that because if you have something here that reaches around, doing the reach around, and you're pulling against.
Right.
So
if you got a girl in between you and you're pushing, she's pulling, but then she's going against another dude. She's
pulling against.
She's pulling against. Boy.
Oh God.
I still got a lot of beer left. Shit. You ain't got nothing left in that can?
No.
See, I did a lot of talking. You drank.
Well, you make me drink.
That's how you make me look bad.
You drive me to drink. I used to drive you to drink. Now you drive me.
Yeah. But, I mean, just people all over the country, all over the world die young all the time or old. People die every day, so there's nothing you can do about it.
You know, I was thinking about this because the other day I read an article where this 4-year-old girl was given nothing but Mountain Dew, and the parents got arrested because the little girl died of malnutrition and keto or whatever, something to deal with being diabetic and being this girl flooded with caffeine. And Mountain Dew is like the worst soft drink because it has the most sugar and everything in it.
Yeah.
And they gave her nothing but Mountain Dew in her baby bottle, all this stuff like that. And in fact, so bad, her condition was so bad that her teeth, the baby teeth, were completely rotten away.
Wow.
And she died. They arrested the parents, and I thought to myself, here's this little girl that died because these parents didn't respect the fact that a baby is a miracle in itself.
Yeah.
To be born is a miracle in itself. And then on top of that, you don't have the respect of being able to have a child. You don't appreciate or respect that. And then there's people out in the world that would love to have kids, that would love to have a child.
Part of that, Jammer, I blame Pepsi. Because Mountain Dew is fucking good. And if some parents think it's so good, they give it to their kid all the time. Mm-hmm. That's Pepsi's fault.
Yeah, they probably should have a disclaimer on their products.
Don't give this shit to kids.
Yeah. A good lawyer should be able to sue them.
Right. Well, they're not going to get a good lawyer because they're dumb.
Well, like I said, it made me think about how many people die when they're young. And then, because think about all the things that you've gone through in your life. And it's very fortunate that you made it to the age that you are.
Really? I mean,
you didn't get abducted. You didn't get hit by a car, that kind of stuff.
I almost got abducted once.
All these things that could have happened when you were a kid.
I almost got abducted once.
Yeah.
But I didn't get in the car. I put my hands, the guy tried to put me in the car, I put my hands. That's when, I don't know if I told you that story before. After school, my friends are going to fight these two kids or whatever. They're chasing them. I waited across the street. Kid comes running across. It was like a 4-lane, like 301. I'm waiting across the street at the corner. He comes running towards me. He drop kicks me. Knocks my ass down. I'm like, what the fuck? I get up, and he comes running at me again. He ran down, comes back, running at me again. When he came drop kicked me, I took a step back and, like, decked him in the face and got on top and started beating him.
Mm-hmm.
And then all of a sudden someone grabs me by the hair. It's his dad or his uncle. But they were telling me they were with the police. I'm going to jail. I'm going, okay. And my friend's like, get off of me, whatever. And my friends take off. They take me back across their park across the street. I guess the kid told the parents my friends were bullying them or whatever.
Yeah.
I wasn't even involved in this shit. I'm just waiting across the street, Anyhow, I think he thought I was waiting for him across the street, but he said, I'm a police officer. I'm taking you to jail. Anyhow, he tries to put me in a car. I like put my hands up on the roof, where the door thing is. I'm like, I'm not getting in your car. He like tries to push me in there. I'm like, I'm not getting your car. I'll walk to the police station if you want. I don't know who you are. I'm not getting your fucking car. He said, fine, we'll walk. And he grabs me by the arm. He's walking. We're going towards the police station. Probably about 5 blocks that way. Well, my middle school is probably about 5 blocks that way. We start walking towards the police station, but then all of a sudden he says, you know what? I'm going to take you back to the school, and you're going to get suspended instead. So as we're walking, he's got me by the arm. I said, you can let me go. I'll walk with you. I'll walk back to school. I said, I need you to get suspended.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, you'll just run. He's dragging me by my arm. All the way to the school, he holds me by my arm. So, my mother, anyhow, my friends ran back to my house when they saw him trying to push me in the car to tell my mom, yeah, he was trying to put him in the car. As far as they know, I'm in the car,
Yeah.
And my mom calls the cops, a whole bunch of stuff. Anyhow, he gets me to the school. This kid, also, that's when I know he's not a cop. He said, this kid was chasing my nephew or some shit. And I'm like, I wasn't chasing nobody. And, they tried to suspend me from school. I didn't get suspended. But anyhow, I got home. Finally left, went home. I was like, what the fuck? And I get home, the cops are there at my house. I told them what happened, and all they did was put a restraining order against the guy not to come near me. I'm like, that guy should have went to jail for now.
Yeah, he should have.
Feel like that. Try to put him in a car, especially.
Yeah. Well, looking back on it, you would say that to now, but then they probably would have said, you know what? Yeah, I don't blame you. I would have threw him in the car too and took him down to the.
Yeah. Anyhow, I beat the shit out of him. I drop kick shit. It didn't work on me the second time.
Well, like I said, you're very fortunate that you didn't get a disease, didn't get
Rape.
All these things, throughout your life. So you have to look at that as a blessing and a miracle in itself because the odds are against you.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how many high school kids from your high school graduating class or even a class below or above you. Even my class itself, a lot of people have died.
Yes.
I'm just talking about the New York, because I moved to Pennsylvania when I was 15. The class I would have graduated from in New York. Lots of them, man. I'd say at least 20 or 30 of them. Gone.
Oh, yeah. Gone.
Heart attacks now. First, Shane Williams, he was younger. He had open heart surgery when he was young.
So,
he had a scar.
So do you contribute your longevity to beer?
Beer probably helps you live longer.
I think so.
So you get to a certain point, then it kills you. But, I mean, I think your 60s at least, beer keeps you going, preserves you to your 60s.
Hey, they made it through the Middle Ages with beer.
Yeah. I mean, great. It's not healthy. Your liver, kidneys, probably, who knows, brain function.
I think if you don't drink excessively every day.
And I tell you, since I lived here, especially, I only drink when we do beer reviews. I don't drink after work or anything like I used to. Usually at work, back in the day, I used to drink 1 or 2 beers after work, 3 beers.
Yeah.
Not every day, but 2-3 times a week.
Yeah. I'm pretty much the same way.
Yeah.
I was thinking about doing karaoke, getting on Sing Snap and trying to do karaoke and all that stuff, but
Oh yeah, that site sucks so bad though since they changed it back in 2020. It's like,
Yeah.
ugh, I hate it.
And I don't know any other sites that really do it, as well as SingSnap.
The best site ever was the one that was on MySpace. It was called K Solo, and that was the best karaoke one because you could actually do reverb and everything on
Mhm.
there. And it was owned by Fox supposedly, but then the contract with MySpace ended and they didn't renew it. I don't know what happened, but that was the best online karaoke ever had. There's other ones out there, but you got to pay for them.
Oh.
I think, but at least
And
SingSnap,
that would be okay if you didn't have to pay a fortune for them.
right
You know?
now, SingSnap now has the $20 discount saying they come up, but I haven't seen it so far this year, so I don't know if they're going to have it.
Oh
They're
well.
going to cancel it because I can't even figure out how to cancel it on there. I pay $80 a year every year, and I missed the $20 discount last year, or where it was $20 for the year, and I can't figure out how to cancel it. My car gets charged all the time. $80. Oh, a little bit left. A little bit left. You're getting all the drops, huh?
I'm getting everything I can because
Now you've been to Mayberry, right?
yep.
Now that's in North Carolina.
Yeah.
Now is that
Mount
actually where
Airy.
they filmed it, or is that just a town that it's based on?
Mount Airy was a town that it was based. Andy based it on, and they basically created, some of the places for Mayberry in there. They didn't film it there, but it was based on that area.
Yeah. Now what about the Waltons?
Been to the Walton's Mountain, and Walton's Mountain is actually in California that they filmed. But the real Walton's Mountain, I've been to, and been to the real Walton's house and the Walton's High School, where the guy that wrote the Waltons and everything went
Where's
to
that?
high school and everything.
Virginia or
Yeah, Virginia. I forget the town's name. It's a weird name. But it was interesting, and it was actually kind of fun to go to these places
yeah.
because when you see the house, all those years of watching the program, and I wasn't a big fan of the Waltons back in the day. I wanted to watch, I think Knight Rider or something was on at that time, and I wanted to watch that stuff. Little House on the Prairie, I wasn't a big fan of them back in the day either. I wanted to watch, like I said, the action,
Dukes of
yeah, the
Hazzard.
fun stuff that boys wanted to watch.
Right.
And my dad said, "Nah, you let your sister watch the Little House on the Prairie." So he didn't say it like that, but you know what I'm saying. So, and I don't get me wrong, Little House on the Prairie was a good show, and I liked it, but I didn't like it as much as I wanted the action. I wanted to do all the Airwolf, and all the fucking yeah.
Speaking of those shows, do you remember about it? So somebody posted on Facebook the other day. There was a Dukes of Hazzard season that didn't have the original guys as Luke and Duke or whatever. Yeah. There's another season, and I completely forgot all about that until someone posted that shit online the other day. I was like, "Oh my god, I completely forgot about that shitty version of that." Yeah,
that was the cousins, and they filled in during the time there was a dispute for John Schneider and Tom Wopak trying to get more pay.
Yeah,
and more residual, more they had all that merchandising and they weren't getting paid on.
Was Daisy on there?
Daisy, she was on the. She didn't protest like John and Tom did.
Yeah. What was she on that show with those new dudes?
Yeah,
she was. Okay. Yeah, it's a shame because I was watching American Gladiators documentary on Netflix, and a bunch like 4 or 5 of them. That's why all of a sudden they disappeared off American Gladiators because they were like, well, we're not working, we're not getting money for all the merchandise you're selling, and action figures, the lunchbox, the toys, all that shit. They're like, well, see you later, bye. We'll get new people, and that's what they did. And yeah, so I was like, shit.
What gets me about that is, all right, so
course, American Gladiators probably didn't sell a lot of toys. I didn't buy them. Yeah.
The Dukes of Hazzard itself, the network people, the network bigwigs, they didn't like the show to begin with. So when it became a hit, they were really upset with having to produce it.
Yeah.
So they hated it from the get-go. Just like they hated the A-Team.
Yeah.
These people didn't want the A-Team to succeed, and it succeeded, and it became a big hit and all that stuff.
Had big stars.
Yeah, and the thing about it is that should tell you something. That should tell you as an individual, a network bigwig, that you're out of tune with the audience.
With reality, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you look at A-Team, big point of that was, I mean, the big points to me with that had to be Mr. T, the black dude with the mohawk, right? And then probably Face, just the guy that plays Starbuck and Battlestar Galactica. Now he's in the show with the black guy with the mohawk. Just those two characters there. I want to watch this, see what.
Well, yeah, because one, BA, the tough guy, right?
Yeah.
Face, the ladies' man.
Right.
You wanted to be like Face because, hey, he was getting the ladies, but you also wanted to be like BA because he was tough and could take, could fight, could
and
defend
the crazy guy.
And of course, you like the crazy guy because he did all these crazy things that you like to do.
And then Hannibal, the older, mature guy, a plan comes together. I love it when a plan comes together, and it always came together. So there you go.
And then the thing about him is you're like, yeah, I hope someday that I could be like Hannibal, cool, calm, and collected, and have a plan and have it come together, and be able to encompass all those characters into Hannibal.
Now, I'll admit, in my adult days, probably since I was like that show ended, I have never wanted to go back and watch A-Team.
I have watched it since then.
Yeah.
And yes, it seems a little derivative in some ways, but I still find fun in it.
The movie, the remake, the movie or whatever.
That sucked.
Yeah, I saw part of it. I don't think I watched the whole thing, but
I mean, don't get me wrong, it wasn't as bad as a lot of people said, but it wasn't as good either. They had an opportunity there to make actually a franchise movie. And they could have had that become a franchise movie pretty easily if it had a better story and better acting.
Wow. Well, Jammer. On that note.
Oh, you ready to move on?
Yeah, I'm ready. I think I'm done.
All right.
Yeah.
Uh-oh, I heard something.
Oh. Yeah, I'm ready to move on. I should have read this because it's pretty good on the back, but it's too late now.
Hey, read it anyway. Yeti is a romantic at heart. It's time for Cupid's arrow. This year, Yeti has strawberry Yeti Imperial Stout, a blank hefty measure of chocolate, and strawberry with chocolate, coconut. You got coconut?
Yeah.
You didn't taste any coconut in there?
Not really. Mm-hmm. If I taste coconut, I gotta have some coconut.
Alexa, stop.
Yeah, it was all right.
All right, let's move on. Thanks for watching, commenting, subscribing, liking, and tinkling the bell, people. I'm Jammer, your ultimate and awesome host, co-host.
And Shag Dog, the most awesomest host ever.
Or watch us on Simpsons as Scammer and Z-Dog, right?
Yeah, and also check us out on Facebook under My True Review, MyTruRevu.com on Facebook. Also on Jammer TS, the Spitter Swallow Beer Review, abbreviated, each word. There you go. Yeah, we'll see you in the next one.
Yep.